Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Tony from SB Production. Today we're going to do part 3 of mixing and mastering a song together. In case you missed part 2 and 1, which is mixing the bass and the drums, you could have a quick browse through my channel, have a look at it. Lots of neat tricks in there. Okay, so basically I recorded the guitar with an SM57 on a Fender amplifier. I used the edge of the cone, straightforward, maybe like an inch or half an inch away from the actual surface. So very close microphone, and we had a little bit of overdrive in there. We had some reverb, and we had a compressor. Very basic setup. And then we recorded the track, and the track came out this way. Very nice and clean. Minus 23 dB, so it could have been higher, but I was happy with it. That's the way I got, the nicest sound out of the setup at that level. So then I went and I mixed the guitar on its own, and I had these 3 plugins. If you guys watch my other videos, you know that I like to mix the drums, the bass, guitar, and so on. So because I like to kind of stack them up, right? I start with the bass, with the drums, then I do the bass, then I mix the bass with the drums, and then I add the other instruments. So how I do it is I first try to get the sound that I'm looking for with the track on its own, and I started with these 3 plugins, and the compressor, the EQ, and a little chorus. So the compressor, not much to it. It raised a bit the dBs. It kind of shaved a bit off the top. You're gonna see there's, I think there's -1 or -2 dBs on it, just to shave the top off and to kind of equalize the sound, because it was pretty equal. Let's have a listen to it. There, it sounded great. Then I went to my next plugin, and then I added an EQ because I felt that it was missing some mid-range, about 500 hertz. I did a low cut here. There was a little booming sound in it, so I kind of did a low cut. And here, this little frequency drop here is every time that the high E was hit on the guitar, there was like a twinging, pinging type of sound, and I traced it to this frequency. So now, let's play it with and without the EQ, and let's see how it sounds. Pretty good. I was happy. As I say, guys, don't forget that a sound of a guitar is very different from one song to another. It's how you feel. It's how you feel the song. It's how you feel the instrument in that song. So for me, that's how I felt like that the actual guitar needed to sound like. Then we went to the chorus. I had the chorus for this little thing, doubler. And the reason why I put on the doubler is because when I do rhythm guitars, I like to double up my track and send one to the left and one to the right. So this kind of creates kind of a spacey, I don't know how to explain it exactly, but it kind of creates like a spacey sound that enables you to kind of feel like the actual guitar is doubled. So when you put that on and you create 2 separate tracks and you send one to the left and one to the right, it creates more dimension. I'm gonna show you what I mean by that. Okay, so that's without the chorus. Right, so you feel that spaciness in there. The spacing 23.5 millisecond. I felt like that, that was needed to actually have the sound that I was looking for. This will vary from one guitar to another. If you have a lot of reverb in the original track, that's gonna be pretty low, like you see me. It's pretty low. If you have no reverb at all and you want to create that chorus or something like that knob is gonna go up. Speed, the width, stereo width, low frequencies, all these are stuff that I played with while I was listening to the track, and I affected 100% of the track. I felt that's what was needed. Then after that, I went and I introduced it to the mix, and this is what it sounded like once I introduced it to the mix. As you hear, now the guitar is kind of muffled. It kind of disappeared in the background. So then I added, this is another one of my favorite plugins. I had a Pro Q filter, and I added plus 375 dBs of 2 kilohertz and up, a high shelf, and that's how it sounded with that on. Let's have a listen. That's off. Now, like, I felt that clarity was start to come through, and I still was missing something. So then I went to the last plugin, which is a room reverb. I love this one. This is actually an awesome plugin. It kind of, it kind of creates a room type of environment, and from the size of the room, you create the different type of reverb that you want. So then I added this to it. So let's see with and without it. So as you can see, I used a preset of the concert hall, and since there's a little star here, I modified a few settings in here. I believe it was I think it's the size and the width that I changed. I'm not 100% sure. And the mix also is something that I changed, and the dry and wet mix, I also changed that. So after this, I played it in there. I was getting there, and then again, I did my neat little trick here. I went and I doubled up the track, and then I put both tracks on left and right, and this is what it sounded like at the end. It may sound funky, it may sound very spacey, but with the whole song, it sounded great. Then, if you guys watch my other videos, I did this. We have the bass that I introduced in there, and then I dropped my volumes. Well, these are kind of supposed to be together. So then I dropped my volumes like this, and I started the drums and the bass, and then I slowly ease into it until I get to the right volume. Try to stay together. There, -5 kind of looks good. Could use a little more. Now after this, I like to go to my spectrum analyzer, which is on the main track, and let's have a listen to each track on its own. So since the drums and the bass were already analyzed on the previously, we're gonna analyze only the actual guitars inside this song. So let's start it without the guitars. So if you guys watched my last video, that's the curve that I look for the bass and the drums with no interference. Then we're gonna add the guitar, and we'll remove the drums and the bass. So it's mostly playing around here, 185 hertz, 200 hertz, that area there. So let's put back the drums and the bass. Let's remove the guitar. Nothing much going on there, so it's perfect. The song is slowly coming together, different frequencies, and that's what I like to do, right? So this is how I recorded and I mixed the guitar for this song. I hope you guys learned some stuff here. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask, PM me, leave a comment below, and I will try to get back to everyone as soon as possible. So on the next video, we're going to do keyboard, piano. We'll play with some MIDI files, and I'll show you guys how I mix those. So hope you guys enjoyed, and stay tuned for the next video.